instance where I was able to, get some steals, get some blocks. I took a couple charges and just trying to, be the voice and also act on action as well on the defensive end.
You guys had a certain game plan that worked pretty well against Dame in the playoffs last year. It seemed like you employed it, especially in the second half of the night. What's the key there for you and the bigs coming up to help in the guards, and how did the guards do with Shooter and Caruso specifically?
Well, you have to, because Dame has, Dame has unlimited range. So you have to be up on screens. Once he crosses half court, he is in his range. So you have to have everybody up the floor, the guy that's guarding him and the guy that's guarding the pick and roll. It's going to be double drags. There's going to be single drags. There's going to be a lot of things that's going on in early transition. And when you're not, a couple instances tonight, you made us pay for it. Coming off and letting it go. And when we got it right, we was able to execute it, to the best of our ability.
Dave, LeBron, to go away from the court for a second. Zlatan, the soccer player, said that he believes that famous people and athletes such as yourself shouldn't use their platform to do anything other than what they're good at in their athletic endeavor. As someone who has promoted the idea of more than an athlete and trying to empower players to use their voice to speak on their communities, do you have any response to what he said?
Nah, absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, I would never shut up about things that's wrong. I preach about my people, and I preach about equality, social injustice, racism, systematic voting, voter suppression, things that go on in our community. Because I was a part of my community at one point and seeing the things that was going on, and I know what's going on still, because I have a group of 300 plus kids at my school that's going through the same thing, and they need a voice. And I'm their voice. And I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that may be going on, not only in my community, but around this country and around the world. So, if there's no reason, I won't say no reason, but there's no way I will ever just stick to sports, because I understand how, how this platform and how powerful my voice is. And he can just ask Renee Montgomery, if I would have shut up and just dribbled. Seeing that beautiful black woman today, be a part of a group where she's part of an ownership group now with the Atlanta Dream down in Atlanta. And it's funny he say that, because I believe in 2018, he was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, talking about the same things, because his last name wasn't a certain last name, that he felt like it was some racism going on when he was out on the pitch. Right? He did say that, right? Yeah. I thought he said that. So I speak from a very educated mind. I'm kind of the wrong guy to actually go at, because I do my homework.
Dan? Well, I can't ask you about anything else now, so. Along those lines, when you look around this league and you see a new generation of players not growing into their voices, but coming to the league with them, having them, I'm curious, how does that make you feel? And are there any players in particular whose leadership at a young age really speaks to you?
Well, one, it makes me feel proud to be a part of a generation where our voices are heard and guys are speaking from an educated mindset. But more importantly, they speak from, I think when you speak from your heart, it rings bells even louder. And we got, a lot of guys that are speaking from the heart that didn't believe they had a voice at one point in time, or, now they're coming into it and they see that they can have a voice and that their voice really matters. So that makes me proud. And you see, guys like, Jaylen Brown, who's very, obviously he's educated beyond his years, and I love what he stands for in our league. And you see Pat Mahomes, also a younger guy, and Alvin Kamara, and in the NFL, and those guys speaking about things. They're young, but they speak about things that they feel like is unjust as well in their communities, and whatever that's going on in the whole grand scheme of things. So, as athletes, obviously we've been heard this for a long time, to just you should be privileged. You should be, you should be thankful, to be able to dribble a ball or run a football or be able to do a 100-yard dash or be able to, swing a baseball bat and things of that nature. You shouldn't be able to speak about anything else. No matter if it's right or wrong, you should just do that. But that's not the case. It's not the case anymore. And as long as I'm around, it won't be the case for a long time.
Yep, from 4, Calhoun.
Just on the game tonight, I was wondering if you'd speak to the impact of Dennis, but also just how much more fun do you guys have when you guys are playing connected that way and a little bit closer to being whole as a team?
Well, I mean, obviously Dennis gives us an automatic spark. I mean, his energy alone gives us a spark. His competitive nature gives us a spark. And obviously we've been shorthanded as of late, so to have another body, a fresh body. Well, I wouldn't say fresh when you're out of the game for a week, but just to have him back in our lineup and have him back in our locker room just means so much to our team. So it was big time in that instance, and everybody just rallied around another. Tonight being able to play well on the defensive end and also on the offensive end as well.
Three steals. What did you see from him setting the tone on that end?
Yeah, we just try to get back to doing what we do best. For a long stretch in the season, we were the best defensive team in the league, and we took a step back from that for whatever reason, whether it was discipline, focus, energy. We really just tried to come out here and put together a full effort because we know what this team is capable of, especially Dame. You saw he had 25 in the first half. So, LeBron's our leader. He always leads by example, and he's still the best basketball player in the world when he.
By the way, Alex, it looked like you had a little collision there with LeBron. How'd that one feel?
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit. I tried to get skinny and just toss him the ball, and he tried to shake me, and I'm just glad we didn't turn it over because it was late in the game. But I'll take the win. I don't care if he runs me over every game as long as we win.
Fair enough. Hey, look, you guys had a plan against Damian Lillard in the postseason last year in round 1. Just wondered how much of that you incorporated tonight, especially without McCollum there in the backcourt.
Yeah, he's one of the best players in the league. So if you don't give him the right attention, I don't think we did a good enough job in the first half. Obviously, he had 25, and he makes it look so easy. So, luckily for us, they were missing CJ. That's usually a pretty good 1-2 punch. But Gary Trent is just as good up-and-coming player, and he's been playing well. So, limiting him and the other guys is really the key because Dame's going to get his regardless. He's that good of a player. But, we try to make it tough on him, and I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, Alex, anything you found tonight, just whether it was defensively, you're starting to get an offensive rhythm after that streak that you can now apply as you move forward to close things out before the All-Star break and then the second half of the season?
Yeah, man, just trying to get better, right? We talked about it yesterday on the Instagram Live thing, and then we've been saying it after all these losses. We're just trying to get better, trying to find our rhythm, trying to find how we can play, and a lot of that I think is us just going out and playing a little nasty, playing tough, playing hard, and encouraging each other, and it showed tonight. All
right, look, we'll let you go get in the little ice bath there after that collision, but you gave him a little shot too.
Yeah, not very much though. Not very much.
All right, man, appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Big Game, I think you hit it on the head. We all know what the Lakers miss with Anthony Davis. Okay, he's one of the best players in the game. He's an all-star. But in the last 4 games, they've missed Dennis Schroeder. And when AD was out that first game, and you saw that Dennis was the clear-cut number 2 for this Laker team. They beat Minnesota, he had 24 points, and then he misses those 4 games. And you noticed it on both ends. Defensively, able to pick up a guy in 94, a guy that's able to stay in front of Dame best that he can, cause havoc with those Portland guards. And then offensively, though, Fish, the creation, be able to create for others himself, hits free throws, 9 for 9. And top it all, he makes it easier for LeBron. Bottom line, they've missed him big time these last 4 games.
Yeah, no, he's an all-star caliber player. Whether he makes the all-star teams or not, that's up to fans and voters, and there are only so many guys that can make the all-star team. But in terms of his abilities, his talents, what he provides for his team on both ends of the floor, this guy is a legitimate NBA starting point guard on a championship level.